Roger, 10 seconds.
There you have it. IHS, Independence High School, on a chilly Friday night for the WCTV Basketball Game of the Week. Happy Friday, everybody. This is Michael Williams alongside my buddy Paul Brees, and we've got the Brentwood Bruins visiting the Independence Eagles for this District 11 AAA matchup. Saw these Bruins in action last week, Paul Brees, but this is our first opportunity to see Independence this season. What you got to say about it?
Well, I tell you what, it's a game for the Independence Eagles where they're going to lay everything out on the line because they know the Lady Bruins are the team to beat in District 11 AAA, as the Lady Bruins 6-0 in the District, 12-1 overall. Independence a surprisingly 5-1 in the District, 11-4 overall, and give credit to the girls' coach, new coach Brian Glassner, bringing in a new swagger as the Lady Eagles, in a surprising start, have kind of semi-shocked the district, and they are just one game out of first place. And so these Lady Eagles are going to be vying for a huge win to try to prove themselves.
They can do themselves a huge favor tonight. We watched this Brentwood squad last week in action, and with a veritable dismantling. Who did we see them against last week? Can't even remember.
Ravenwood, Battle of the Woods.
Ravenwood.
Yeah.
So there you see the Independence Eagles coming out on the floor. The Lady Eagles, Anna Catherine Davis, the senior guard. Lindsay Freeman, also a senior guard. She's number 13. Jalen Banks, she's a 9th grader. She's also a guard. Amy Tang, the 11th grade forward, and Kayla Miller, another senior post player for Coach Brian Glasner. Take a look at the Brentwood starters. The Trushell twins, Emily is 12 and Delaney is number 20. Delaney with 29 points earlier this week against Centennial in a big win. 14 is Caitlin Lorenzi. Chloe Wampler is the junior, number 24, and Amelia Osgood rounds out the starters. She is number 32 and a junior. Indy wins the opening tap. Lindsay Freeman down the lane. And a quick shot by Amy Tang, and ball is tied up. And it looks like we'll go back Brentwood's way.
Well, as you saw last week against the Lady Raptors of Ravenwood, Brentwood can score many ways, but is the three-headed monster of the Trushell twins, as well as Amelia Osgood. Having 3 1,000-point scorers on your team is makes a coach look really good.
Amelia Osgood on cue, drives the lane with the left hand, throws in the layup for Brentwood's first 2 points of the game.
And Brentwood loves to have a three-quarter press, and that which really hurt the Lady Raptors last week. But the Lady Eagles, hey, they took care of it, and now they drew the foul.
Jalen Banks in the lane for the foul. She'll head to the line for 2.
Well, it's kind of the two-headed monster for the Lady Eagles, the senior Lindsay Freeman and this young lady right here, the freshman Jalen Banks. A tremendous addition for the Lady Eagles.
Banks for her second, and knocks down both free throws. So 2-2, your early score just underway here at Independence High School. Trushell from downtown, that's Delaney off the front iron. And Indy comes away with it. Lindsay Freeman again off the glass and brought out of there by Caitlin Lorenzi. Over to the corner. This Brentwood team is hot shooting. They can get on a roll quickly. And that's Chloe Wampler with her first 3 of the game. Extends the lead 5-2. And again, this full court press, or zone press looks like. Indy off the mark and cleaned up by Kayla Miller.
Kayla Miller, the senior post player, she's going to have many opportunities down there to kind of finish some of those missed opportunities.
Outside is Osgood again off the back iron. And quickly up the floor, here come the Lady Eagles. Again, Jalen Banks unable to connect on the quick lay-in. Trushell again from the top of the circle. And again, not quite the hot shooting that we saw out of this Brentwood team last week, Paul. But make no mistake, they can get hot in a hurry.
Absolutely. They can make a 1-point lead, go from 1 to 11 pretty quick.
So Indy hanging around now. 3 in the corner is off by Ryan Propkin, or Prokop. She just into the game.
I think if this game becomes if the referees let them play a little bit, I think it's the advantage to the Lady Eagles.
Trushell again downtown, and she'll knock it down. That's Delaney for Brentwood's second 3 of the night, extends the lead to 8-4. So we tick down close to the halfway mark of the first quarter. Close out quickly, and again, Kayla Miller on that low block.
I think Miller's got a big advantage down there, as the Lady Bruins really don't have the size advantage to match up.
Again.
But it doesn't matter. It does not matter.
Better get a hand in her face, because she can do that all night long. Delaney Trushell now with her second 3 of the game. Talked to before in a big win over Centennial High School earlier this week. Delaney, 29 points.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter who you're playing when you score 29. You've had a pretty good night.
That's a lot of points in a high school game.
Yeah, absolutely. 80 and you had a running clock as well against Centennial. So you had it. Coach Thrash has had a running clock 2 games in a row. And they are, I believe, they're number 7 in the state for AAA.
So on the foul, Indy takes it out of bounds. The freshman Banks again. That'll be a turnover. Here come the Lady Bruins quickly up the floor.
Yeah, and this is where Brentwood is really good. Transition offense when you get teams falling asleep.
Trushell again, camping out on that 3-point line and can't connect.
Could have buried that. That could have been a big-time momentum swing.
Miller comes out of there with it. And again, Indy hanging around early.
Well, one thing Brentwood does is with that press, they make you speed up their offense, your own offense, which sometimes pays off and sometimes doesn't pay off. And right there, that does with the 3.
Prokop for her first 3 of the game. Back to within 2 is Indy. As Trushell again, that's Delaney. And Indy again, you let them hang around, they're going to get some confidence on this Bruins squad. Inside, number 34, that's Amy Tang. Can't quite connect off the glass, and the Lady Bruins back up quickly.
Yep, transition defense right here. You got to know where they're at.
Trushell to Trushell doesn't pay off that time.
And you don't see any kind of worry on Coach Miles Thrash in his demeanor on any missed 3 by the Lady Bruins. He just says, keep shooting it.
Miller with the 8-footer can't quite connect, but Indy showing some good rebounding tonight. I think that's probably what's keeping them within shouting distance of, well, not even shouting distance. They're only 2 points down. Very patient, finding the lane. Here comes Miller again. Can't find anything on the short jumper, and Brentwood comes away with it. Ticking close to 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Osgood from downtown. Nothing doing.
No.
I'll take that for Brentwood's 4th 3 of this first quarter. You're right, Paul. They are letting things kind of go here. Though it's been pretty much a clean game so far, but only 2 foul shots so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a team that shoots so many threes, you know, you're not going to get, you know, too many fouls and too many free throw shot attempts.
Trushell again thought about the
now,
trade. Line drives the lane and can't quite connect as Miller comes away with yet another rebound. Tang and has that one taken away by Trushell. Talk about that hot shooting of Brentwood, especially the shooting prowess of the Trushells, but they are a good defensive squad.
No, Wampler almost converted right there.
Wampler can't connect over in front of the Indy bench. Just under a minute
to
go now.
And those young ladies at the scores table have been there quite a bit.
Lindsey Freeman drives the lane, and she'll pick up the foul. For Indy, headed to the line for 2. Osgood on the foul for the Bruins.
The Lady Eagles definitely going to have to capitalize on any kind of free attempts. You know, I think they would need to shoot 75% from the free throw line.
Ava Granzow now, number 44. She checks in for Brentwood. Older brother is the Brentwood quarterback, as Lindsey Freeman able to knock down the second of 2.
And I believe he's an Auburn baseball commitment.
Now Indy kind of dialing up the defense. Osgood cross-court pass to Katie Workman. And again, Indy not giving Brentwood very many second opportunities as they're cleaning up the boards nicely.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
10 seconds remaining. Inside, long distance. Can't quite connect, and again, Indy picks up the foul. As Christy Martinez, she'll head to the line for 2.
It's a tough foul with 3 seconds left in the quarter. I think Coach Thrash was.
Indy looking to cut this to 2 before the end of the first quarter, as Martinez able to connect on the first of 2. And gets the nice roll, does Martinez on the second one. So 14-12 up the floor quickly. Got a launch from about 30 feet. And Amelia Osgood unable to connect. So at the end of one, Brentwood is 14, Indy 12. What do you think going forward there, Paul Brees?
Well, I think Independence is in a great position. I mean, you know, despite the Lady Bruins three-point shooting prowess, they've done a pretty good job, as you talked about, keeping them to one possession per offense. You know, when you have a team that shoots a 3, a lot of times, a lot of shooters, you know, they just stand outside the 3. They never really attack to get that rebound after the shot goes up. And so Indy has given them, you know, 0 second chance opportunities. And when we go to offense on the Indy side, you know, they're just missing some open looks. I think that if they would work the ball into the post at Kayla Miller, it would do some good and provide some inside-out action. But, hey, I think Coach Brian Glassner and the Lady Eagles, you know, if they're not going to be ahead, down by 2 after 1, not a bad thing against a very good Lady Bruin team.
I've got Indy as 4 of 5 from the line in the first quarter. That'll help you win a ball game too.
You know, and the same token, the Lady Eagles for Independence, 0 fouls, so they played pretty clean game. But obviously, when you have a team that shoots a lot of threes, you know, you're not going to get too many fouls called on you.
So it looks like a little 1-2-2 defensive effort here by Brentwood. Nice pass inside, but can't connect on the short lay-in. And Brentwood comes back with Osgood. And she'll back away and take it off the back iron again. Paul Brees, some great boxing out right there by Indy, keeping Brentwood off the boards. And stepping on the out-of-bounds line is Indy. So
yeah, you talked about it, Andrew. The ball hits the ground off a missed shot. You know that you've done an excellent job boxing out. And, you know, right there, Indy did not take advantage offensively. They didn't get a shot off before the turnover happened. So, you know, a team that needs everything. But that is obviously something you cannot have.
Boy,
is Delaney Trushell just standing out there lining up the seams of the ball and just burying it.
You can't leave her open. That's her third 3 of the game. Senior Delaney Trushell and her twin sister, Emily. I don't want to call them a 1-2 punch, more like a 1-1 punch.
Yeah. 1A, 1B, 1C
exactly.
with Osgood.
Downtown is Anna Catherine Davis. And Brentwood comes away with the loose ball. Trushell to Trushell once more. Cutting inside, that is Emily.
No, that was Delaney Trushell.
Did I get my numbers wrong?
Yep,
was that Delaney?
Yep.
Well, her first 2 of the night. I thought I had a
2 and a lot of threes equals 11 points on the night for her.
Brentwood extends the lead 19-12. Driving the baseline and kicking to Martinez off the back iron again. Brentwood also limiting Indy to just 1 opportunity. Downtown is Wampler, Chloe Wampler, and again, Paul Brees, here comes that Brentwood shooting.
Yeah, I mean, threes add up very quickly. You went from a 2-point game now to your 10-point game early in the second quarter.
Brentwood now with 6 3-point shots in the ball game. As Indy turns it over. This is Roston now. Thought she might drive the lane, but kicks it back out. Trushell again. This is Emily off the back iron, and Miller comes away with it.
Nice job, Miller. Let's see if she can get involved offensively right here. If they can somehow reverse the ball in this zone, they'll probably get a post look. There it comes.
There's on that block right there. And
there it comes.
Settling for the jump shot is Indy, and now they get the second chance. But nothing doing as Brentwood comes away with it. Russell again inside and missing on the short jumper, the short lay-in. And the freshman Jalen Banks again handling things up front. 10-point edge now by Brentwood, 22-12.
Yeah, I would love to see Independence, walk a high post up. There's Yang. She's moving it up. Get a little high-low action with her and Kayla Miller, 44.
Again, kind of that 1-2-2 look, and Brentwood will knock it out of bounds. 4:28 here to go in the second. Lorenzi and Osgood checking back in for Brentwood. This time off the mark.
Oh, nice.
Again, all but Banks again with a hard-fought for offensive board. And the freshman, Jalen Banks, will head to the line. try to close the gap a little bit as Brentwood has extended this lead here in the second.
Well, Banks is going to have to convert, or picking up that foul was kind of a lost cause.
So Jalen Banks, the freshman, connects on 1 of 2. Got a timeout on the floor. But Paul Brees, you mentioned this earlier. Brentwood High School lost 1 game this year, 12-1 overall, 6-0 in a District 11 AAA. Indy, 11-4 overall, 5-1 in the district.
Yeah, you know, Brentwood's only loss was to Innsworth High School, which is ranked, I believe, in the top. I hate to say it, top 10 nationally. I may be mistaken, but I know they're in the top 25. And nationally, I mean, and Coach Miles Thrash has talked about, hey, I'd like to one more shot at it, because I think that was the first game for the Lady Bruins. And so I think he feels his team has kind of matured a little bit as the season's progressed. And, you know, I think they've hit their stride. I mean, speaking out of these 2 last games, Michael Williams, where they've had 2 running clocks, and they've scored 75 and 80. I think they feel like, you know, they can keep up with anybody.
Well, it seems like we just came out of Christmas break, and already basketball season is on fire here in the county. Trushell again from the top of the key. She got hit.
Yeah.
No call. And Caitlin Lorenzi, I believe they'll call her for the travel. So Brentwood with a rare turnover. And again, that zone look by the Bruins. Under 4 minutes to go now.
It's a bad place to have it.
In the coffin corner now. Quickly outside is Lindsey Freeman. And unable to connect. Banks comes away with it. She'll muscle her way in that low block. And I believe they'll call her for the offensive foul. Sure will. Good cut inside, and
nice.
That is Caitlin Lorenzi coming off that curl screen.
It's a great set play. Good, nice call by Coach Miles Thrash.
Lady Bruins extend the lead to 11. 3:10 to go.
I'm sorry, Mike. I was going to tell you, they do a pretty good job of changing defenses. You know, they start out with a man-to-man. They've hit this zone here, and there's the young lady I feel that can make a difference in this game. Is Kayla Miller.
Kayla Miller down there on the low block. She's got her 6th point of the night. And again, under 10.
Yeah.
And Banks will be called for the reach.
It's going to be her 2nd foul, Michael Williams. And I tell you what, that's someone you do not want to have in foul trouble if you're the Lady Eagles.
Trushell inbounds, this time over to Osgood. Don't leave her open.
No way.
There it goes. Delaney Trushell with her 4th 3 of the evening. Extends the lead 27-15, 2:20 to go here in the first half. And again, that Brentwood defense able to force the turnover. Trushell again, she'll drive that lane and kick. Chloe Wampler unable to come up with the 3.
Yeah, Wampler's hit a couple, so obviously she's got green light capabilities as well. Uh-oh.
Quick turnover this time.
That's just a young team right there.
Osgood, the junior, with a quick steal and 2.
Yeah, we're getting close to the halftime here. Michael Williams, a minute 40.
Amelia Osgood, 7 points on the night. Quickly inside to Miller, and
Yep.
she'll score it.
I'm telling you, there's a little chink in the armor, and the Lady Bruins, it's probably post defense now. The Trussels are obviously are pretty good sized guards, but you know, I think Kayla Miller has figured out she's got an advantage down there.
Miller now with the and one. See if she can convert to shrink this lead a little bit. And she'll do it.
How about that? Well, now all you have out there is Amelia Osgood as far as
Osgood with that
they
strong
clear
left
out.
hand.
Yeah.
And goes all the way, does Amelia Osgood.
Wow.
Hard to stop when she gets to driving on that left side. Minute to go here in the first. Brentwood has extended this lead. And again, the turnover down low. Brentwood doesn't have to get into a big hurry here. As Osgood will set the troops here with 40 seconds in. Osgood from downtown, and that one rattles out. Roston unable to connect.
Short time right here, Michael Williams.
And the pace growing, dare I say, frenetic. 23.6 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I'm surprised they took Kayla Miller out right there. She's been kind of the the bright spot for the Lady Eagles.
A.K. Davis unable to connect.
They probably would have had that offensive rebound right there.
And Indy able to maintain control. 16 seconds to go here. Amy Tang off the mark.
Just cannot buy a basket. This is obviously Workman on the miss.
Couldn't quite get the shot off as the buzzer sounds. So at the end of the first half, Brentwood 31, Indy 18. We're back for second half action. Stay tuned. Back at Independence High School for second half action between these Lady Independence Eagles and the Brentwood Lady Bruins. Lady Bruins on top, 31-18. 7 3-pointers by the Lady Bruins. Make it 8 as Lorenzi, she'll knock down the first 3 very quickly into the third and extends that lead to 34-18. Banks from thought about the 3. She'll drive the lane. And among the trees, Brentwood slaps it away. And here come the Lady Bruins again. Osgood. Trushell, she'll drive the lane and off the glass.
Oh, they called the charge, Michael Williams.
Got her on the offensive charge. So wipe the bucket away. Her sister, Delaney Trushell, number 20. She had 4 threes in the first half. She leads all scorers with 14 points. Amelia Osgood with 9. And these 12-1 Lady Bruins with a 16-point edge here on a surprising Indy team who's 11-4 on the year, 5-1 in the district. And there has been the workhorse, Kayla Miller. Ball knocked out of bounds, and Indy maintains possession. Quickly with the 3, and Miller again.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the glass is Kayla Miller. She's got 11 points on the night. Closes the lead to 14. Trushell again, not hesitant at all, and that one bounces off the top of the backboard, and Indy will come away with it. What does Indy have to do to get back into this, Paul?
Well, I think, you just can't keep looking at the scoreboard. You just got to chip away, and you got to give Brentwood one shot at it like you did in the first half. You know what they say, teams don't shoot 100% from 3. So just got to, and then you got to hustle like that.
Lindsey Freeman off the mark, and looks like one of the Trushell twins smacked the backboard over there. And she is
I think
still down.
Yeah. I think that Anna Catherine Davis was chasing after the ball and kind of got caught up behind the knee of Emily Trushell.
Banged her knee over there on the ground. She is slow to get up, but she does make it up. And the sportsmanship of Williamson County claps her off the floor. She looks like she's okay. So Indy will have it out of bounds in front of their own bench. This is Jalen Banks, the freshman, number 23. And a turnover. Here come the Bruins. Osgood again over to Trushell. She likes that little wing area behind the arc. And again, some strong rebounding by Indy.
Absolutely. Now see right here, Independence got to be a little more patient.
Finding a little daylight in the lane is Lindsey Freeman. And then she's able to track down her own miss. Banks now, she'll find a little daylight in the lane. Kick it. And the 3 falls short. Miller unable to buy a basket here. 3 opportunities.
Wow. See, they got to convert that.
Brentwood quickly down the floor.
And Lorenzi's got to beat Miller off the dribble right there. I think he got an advantage.
Osgood, they'll set that screen for her on that left side. She can drive to the left with the best of them. But good defense by Jalen Banks. That is Delaney Trushell. Ball knocked out of bounds. Brentwood will maintain possession. Osgood should launch from downtown.
Man, oh man.
And Amelia Osgood. No fear.
Yeah, tremendous set player off the inbounds right there. They got the double screen for Osgood. So wide open, she had time to set the scenes, and buries it.
Amelia Osgood with 12 points on the night. If she doesn't lead all scorers, then she's closely behind one of the Trushell twins.
Yeah. Well, but all three of them have 1,000-point scores. Do we know what exact order? Who knows? But I do know that Emily just got her 1,000 last week. So, you know, tonight, Brentwood's sitting in top 6-0. And Page High School, I think they have the night off. They're at 6-1, 15-1 overall. And I think their lone loss is to Brentwood. Dixon and Indy right behind them at 5-1.
So Indy try to chip into the 17-point edge. There's one way to do it. Kayla Miller, they have had no answer for her on that low block tonight.
Well, you better get out and play defense because threes are more than twos. Michael Williams.
Amelia Osgood will answer, however.
See, that's transition defense. You got to scramble, and you got to find the players.
Tang inside to Miller, and the pass a little a little too high.
Obviously, the right idea.
Sophie Roston, the junior, she'll check in. I think she's going to be a good post player. Brentwood again, so well rehearsed. Osgood, she'll drive the lane again, kicks. Roston inside, looking, and a nice left-handed scoop shot does so for Sophie Roston. Extends the lead to 20.
Went right at Kayla Miller that time and finished strong was Ralston.
And another three, this time outside off the mark. And Brentwood again limiting the Lady Eagles'
defense.
second chances. Ralston again.
How about that? Reward her.
The junior, just talked about her, Sophie Ralston, coming off the bench. And back-to-back buckets. Extends the lead 44-22, 3:29 to go here in the third.
Well, Coach Brian Glassner has just got to, you know, slow the game down a little bit. Brentwood, tremendous off the defensive rebound, transitioning back into offense. And what I would call, you know, running their lanes, filling in, creating good space. But, you know, again, Michael Williams, you work so hard on offense for the Lady Eagles and getting Kayla Miller the ball in the post. You come back down, you give up a 3 and a 2 on a run by Ralston. I mean, and just like that, you're down by 22.
All but 14 of the Lady Bruins points have come from the three-point line tonight. They have 10 three-pointers. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason behind this 44-22 lead. Looking for Miller inside. Can't quite find her. Brentwood doubling her up.
Yeah, I think Coach Thrash, Michael Williams, went in halftime and said, hey, we're going to play a little better post defense.
Driving is Katie Workman. Ball knocked out of bounds. I believe it stays Brentwood's way. Well, they call a foul, actually.
Yeah, late foul.
Kate Workman heads to the line tonight. And Paul Brees, give you a little trivia, a little FYI. This is Brentwood's first trip to the line tonight.
Really?
Really.
All right.
That's what I have them down as.
Okay, you got it. You got it. Oh, 2 for 2, 100%. How about
100%, absolutely.
that? You know, the chances are if they had shot 8, they probably would have been 100%. They're that good of a shooting team.
Popkin or Probkop unable to connect. Will she try it again? She finds the baseline, heads in, and they'll call her on the charge.
And tremendous job by Delaney Trushell. Got over there. I was watching her play post defense against Kayla Miller. She left her, came over, and was rewarded with the charge. I know Michael Williams probably thought she came over a little bit late. But, hey, either way, it's out of our hands.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Banks almost with the steal. Osgood, she'll take it, though, off the front iron. And Granzow unable to hit from the line. Banks back up the floor quickly, finding through traffic, and all the way she'll pick up the foul. Jalen Banks.
She's going to be a good one here at Independence High School. Only have 3 points on the night, but, you know, she got in foul trouble early in the first half.
Banks, all of her points tonight coming from the line. There you see the freshman. Can't quite finish the foul shot opportunity, and here come the Lady Bruins again.
This is where the Lady Eagles got to remain on defense and know where the everyone is here.
Inside to Ralston, thought she might try that left-hander, but will take the offensive glass. Fought for, and we'll have the jump ball. Alternate possession goes back to Independence. On the turnover, 1:35 to go here in the third. Osgood and Coach Thrash will call the timeout.
Well, I think the reason was they had a set play called, and as I've seen in coaching, in my 20-plus years coaching, when one person messes it up, it just frustrates you to no end. I could tell there was somebody that was not where they were supposed to be, and Coach Thrash is definitely going to
have a quick teachable moment. So what do you do here? You've coached 20 years, Paul Brees. You've got a 23-point edge. Clearly the game is out of hand for the most part. You coach Thrash and you coach Glasner. What are you saying at this point in those huddles?
Well, you know, if you're Coach Thrash, you just want to not create any turnovers. I mean, you know, obviously take care of the basketball. You know, Lady Eagles, on the other hand, every possession counts. You know, try to grow from this experience playing somebody such as Brentwood. And it's just a test to see, hey, where you are right now in your year.
Inside, Lorenzi kicks it back out to Trushell. And that was Emily. I have her down. Those are her first points of the night. Let me check my scoreboard over there.
5.
She got 5. I missed one of her earlier buckets. Again, the lid on for Indy now. Under 50 seconds to go. Quickly to Ralston, a little out of control. Banks, freshman, thought about going 1-on-4, but wisely pulls it back. Need a couple of threes, and Brentwood, Ralston says nothing doing. She smacks it out of bounds. Inside, and somebody got smacked.
That's
the audible foul.
yeah.
.25 seconds to go. And again, Indy has gone cold here, I think mainly due to that Brentwood defense.
5 seconds.
Trushell with a nice crossover. Can she bury that three? Can't quite do it.
Oh, Lorenzi almost with the putback.
So at the end of 3, your score 49-23. Stay with us. We've got the boys game coming up right after this. Saw these Brentwood Bruin fellas in action last week against Ravenwood with an overtime win against the Raptors.
Yeah, in a crazy battle of the woods, obviously anything goes in those games, no matter what your records are. I mean, Brentwood boys sitting atop in a tie 6-0 with Dixon County. Dixon County had a lot of kids come back, so they have a pretty strong team. Summit sitting at third at 5-2. Franklin 4, 3, and 4th, along with Centennial 4 and 3. And then down at 6 is Indy at 2 and 4, 8 and 8, or I'm sorry, 8 and 9 total for this year. So, you know, the records seem to favor Brentwood, but, you know, you play on the road. You know, you kind of have a swing of momentum. Absolutely with the weekend, the extra day off, what kind of student section will we see? Obviously, we were spoiled last week with the Brentwood-Ravenwood game with a tremendous showing by both student bodies. So we'll see if this place starts to get filled up or if everybody's headed to the beach. As Michael Williamson and I sit here.
Right.
Not at the beach.
Not at the beach. So last quarter, Brentwood looking to put away their 13th win of the year. They are well on their way at this point as Katie Workman unable to connect on the three.
Yeah.
Banks comes away with it. Kicks quickly to the corner. There's Tang again off the front iron. And Osgood will come away.
Oh, nice post pass.
Inside to Granzow. And unable to connect on the little turnaround from the baseline. He has to play with a sense of urgency.
Lindsey Freeman, you know, a senior for Indy, hasn't played the best game that she'll probably reminisce about, but they're going to need her as the season goes on.
Some nice hustle there shown by Indy, scrounging for that loose ball, and they come away with it. You'd like to see that down 26 points, and they're still fighting for it.
Yeah.
And Banks, Jalen Banks, they called her on the offensive foul. Sure did.
Well, when you go in hard like that, Michael Williams, and you have no intent of stopping, and you kind of just throw the ball up, you're probably going to get an offensive call quite a bit.
Tell you what, though, I like that Indy hustle down there. Down 26 points, had some people scrapping on the floor for a loose ball. And Osgood, she'll
How
come
about
away
that?
with it.
The right hand. She does have a two-handed game here.
Amelia Osgood, the junior, cleans up on the offensive glass. She's got 14 points on the night. Truschel quickly down the floor. If folks want the push off there. Workman, that bounces off the top of the backboard. Or Chloe Wampler, excuse me, that was her shot.
Oh, here comes a quick entry with Freeman and Kayla Miller, which is probably going to help on the offensive end for sure.
Workman, or Truschel rather, with the steal. Good bounce pass, good look. And Osgood will pick up the foul. Maybe a shade late on that pass, but like the bounce pass effort right there. Amelia Osgood, her first time to the line tonight.
Oh, wow. Uncharacteristic miss. You jinxed her.
She hadn't had any practice all night long.
You are correct, but she does lead the Lady Bruins with 17.
Knocks down the second one.
Whoop.
Quickly over to Prokop rather.
You know, that's a thing that Indy has not hit but one, maybe three-pointers, so they haven't hit the deep ball.
Osgood, she'll do it. Osgood now with 21 on the night.
That was with two people
And
in
that'll
her face. Oh, great defense.
Good hustle. That's number 12. That's, I mean,
Oh, look at
that's
Osgood.
42 rather. Haley Hanna. Hanna, the sophomore, scrapping.
Oh, look at this. If she could bury this.
Osgood again,
Oh,
but
my.
doesn't go. She can't quite make it. And Miller comes away with it. Prokop again. And the jump ball, the alternate possession will stay with Indy. 4:33 to go in the ball game.
Well, Osgood on the break is never a good sign.
Osgood again.
Oh, the no look. Wow. Quisenberry with the basket.
Leela Quisenberry, the first time we've called her name tonight. She's got her first 2 points.
That's a good move by Freeman.
And again, fought for. We've got another loose ball. Haley Hanna, she's making the most of her minutes. Doing the dirty work down low, trying to scrap for those.
Uh-oh, can Quisenberry hit another one?
Quisenberry off the back iron.
Got that adrenaline flowing. Freeman, nice move.
Should be fouled and head to the line. You got to think, Coach thrashed one by one.
Yep.
He's going to empty his bench here with 3:45 to go.
Well, maybe not one by one. How about three at a time?
Here they come. So wholesale changes now for Brentwood. The Truschel twins will head out. Their job is done for the evening.
What in the world?
We have a
The
lane
foul.
violation. Somebody got fouled.
Strange call after a made free throw.
So Coach Thrash going to give some of his younger players an opportunity to get into the game.
Hey.
Couldn't quite see who the number was on that.
That was Lindsey Freeman, finally.
So Freeman with her first 3 of the night.
It'll be interesting to see if Coach Glassner, knowing that Brentwood has, some subs in, if they, take advantage and dial up the pressure a little bit just to see if they can capitalize and build on the next time they play.
So this is the second game of our WCTV basketball season. Next week, we'll have Parker Hazard will call the game at Ravenwood. Franklin and the Raptors getting together. End of the month, we'll see Independence at Centennial. We'll have Centennial at Franklin, and we'll close out our very short basketball season with Page at Summit. And Paul, you and I will be back together on February 20th.
Wow.
For our favorite game of the year, the middle school championship.
Well, I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna make any guarantees, are you?
No,
Because you could possibly be there.
I'd like to be there. Well, just as I thought, coming out of the timeout, Coach Glassner knows that Brentwood's got the backups in, and he brought a little pressure. Brentwood handled it really well, and almost got a steal right there. So the press.
Freeman with the 2. Under 3 minutes to go. And again, the steal.
Yeah.
Nola Wiggins. Call her name for the first time tonight. The 11th grader, Nola Wiggins. There you take a look at her.
Well, Coach Thrash has seen enough. He's shocked that Coach Glassner brought the press on with the with the backups in, so he's going to bring in the starters back on to kind of ease the pain. And it's probably not pretty excited. I felt like Coach Thrash probably felt like, hey, I'm doing you a favor, But you know what? Coach Glassner said, hey, we're playing basketball.
That's right.
Let's. You want to dig deep? Let's go.
If you're going to make a mistake, I'm going to take you off the floor. I wouldn't suspect the starters to be out here for.
I would think this is I'm going to proving a point.
That's exactly right.
And if Brentwood gets an easy basket, as possibly expected, maybe an open 3.
Sort of like that. It's Trushell unable to knock it down.
Whoops.
Osgood had the hot hand tonight. And a clash of bodies going after the loose ball there.
So Brentwood's going to. Oh, that's a great move.
Nicely done by Lindsey Freeman. Finding that lane.
Oh, my.
Trushell again.
Yeah. Nope.
2 minutes to go here. Banks from distance knocks it down. Jalen Banks.
That was from the Eagle.
From the concession stand. And Banks has her first 3 of the night.
Let's see what we got here. They're still going to stay in the press, are the Lady Eagles.
Trucial loses it. So Indy, even down by 20. I like this the scrap they're showing here.
Yeah, well, definitely with a glimpse of life. I mean, down by 20, you know, the no quit kind of attitude, and that's what Coach Glassner's trying to bring upon the Lady Eagles and the program, which is, I believe it has been since 2012-13 season that was the last 20-win season. And, you know, right now, you know, Indy already 11 wins. Can they find 9 more somewhere?
Banks on the kick. This is Tang.
Whoops.
Brentwood trushles a trushel. Wampler unable to handle the break. Osgood finding that left hand again with the lay-in. Yeah. And Amelia Osgood having a night.
Kind of a dangerous pass. Yep.
Osgood one more time. Will she take it all the way to the spin? And Brentwood lose it out of bounds. Amelia Osgood, number 32 with 23 points. So Nola Wiggins able to knock down the short jumper. This one comes to a close in about 35 seconds as Trucial yet again.
Yep. You know what? If you're going to come out and press us a little bit.
Make you pay with that.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm not sure if this is going to carry on through the next meeting, but I'm sure it will not be forgotten by Coach Thrash.
So that'll close it out as Chloe Wampler extends the lead. And there you have the final score: Brentwood 64, the Lady Eagles 39. We're back on the other side with the fellas. Stay with us on the WCTV Game of the Week. Round 2 action, the boys game. Brentwood High School visiting here at Independence High School as the host team will march their starters on the floor. Rishi Salitri, Matt St. Charles, Noah Crook, Trey St. Charles, and Cameron Bell rounding out your starting lineup for Independence. For Brentwood, we saw the squad in action last week with a overtime win against Ravenwood. The sharpshooter John Winley, the 6'3" junior, Griffin Burke, Jake Brock, Mason Redner, and Evan Drennan, the big post player for the Bruins. Brentwood comes into this game with a record of 12-4 overall. They're unblemished in District 11 AAA. Indy, a little bit of work to do. They can even the mark tonight. They are standing at 8-9 overall and looking to climb back into things with a 2-4 record in District 11 AAA. Paul Brees is back with me for round 2 tonight. We'll go to him for his thoughts on the boys' game.
Absolutely. I think Brentwood is at the point now. They're growing with a little confidence, but one thing that they do is they every game seems to be a dogfight with Brentwood. Even though they're 6-0, everything is close. But I tell you what, when you have a team like that in Brentwood that just grinds the ball out and grinds wins out, you just keep building, get stronger. And John Winley, number 10, is going to be the key to this whole thing for the Bruins. You talked about the Eagles, on the other hand, trying to gain some momentum, trying to get back in that top 4 or 5 number in that district standings. And they're going to rely heavily on really everybody. They need everybody to definitely make a stand here against the top-seeded Bruins.
So the Eagles will take the opening tap. Brentwood comes out man-to-man. Had a, real game of attrition last week. Not a whole lot of flying around. As Bell, he scores on the quick turnaround to give Indy the quick 2-point edge. This one doesn't have that feel like last week.
No, not at all.
Winley, short.
Yeah, and that's what Indy can't do, is give Brentwood second opportunities here.
Winley, if he's in the gym, he's open.
And I'll tell you, a young man for Brentwood who's gaining confidence by the minute is number 20, Jake Brock. Hit 4 big threes on Tuesday in their win over Centennial. Oh, he almost pulled that one. Right on, good timing, right?
Inside to Drennan.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll pick up the foul and head to the line.
Oh, you saw Evan Drennan last Friday on our WCTV Game of the Week at Ravenwood. He was the guy that kept Brentwood in it and created that win for them. He was a huge asset in the post, but his free throw shooting was a little questionable, but right there, right on cue, Michael Williams, I fed him the free throw.
The jinx in reverse.
Yeah, the Juju Mojo. And there we go. Got it. Evan Drennan, you're welcome.
And he was absolutely perfect on that.
Yeah.
Now, the Bruins now with some full court, trying to hound Indy up the floor. Salitri. Inside on that low block.
Oh, you got to pull it.
Got to kick back out to Bell. And Bell unable to connect. Here comes Brentwood. And here gets Salitri with the takeaway.
Oh, may it travel, but we'll take it.
Scooched his feet a little bit, but Rishi Salitri with the bucket, and Indy with a quick 4-2 lead.
Salitri, the senior.
Ball knocked out of bounds, stays Brentwood's way.
St. Charles, also the senior, as well as
a couple of St. Charles
Yeah, Noah Crook, the senior, is number 4. So keep your eye on these guys as they're going to try to.
Winley inside and
man.
got a little crazy with it. Tried to feed it over to Drennan, but the ball got away from him. Leacher again will calm his troops.
Nice
and go in. Nice, quick little pocket pass to Matt St. Charles, and Greg Shirley doesn't like things so far, and he will call the quick timeout as Indy takes the quick 6-2 lead.
Yeah.
And Paul Brees.
I feel like Salitri, our first look at him right there, seems to have a confidence, a swagger about him on a tremendous pass right here to St. Charles in the post for the finish. And that right there is going to get Greg Shirley and the Bruins a timeout to talk about things.
Well, I was going to say that Indy certainly doesn't look like an 8-9 team right now. They look like they've got all the confidence in the world as they've come out and landed a couple of haymakers early. So the Bruins now, do they have an answer for this quick hit?
Absolutely. It would be John Winley or Evan Drennan.
Drennan unable to connect it low, and Indy, and they'll get Trey St. Charles on the travel. He stumbled a little bit as he tried to collect the loose ball. And the unforced error gives the ball back to Brentwood. Griffin Burke now. Looking for that lane, and that Indy defense pretty tight. Drennan inside.
Yeah. Send it in, big fella.
Drennan with all of Brentwood's points at the moment.
Greg Shirley defensively would love to see his Bruins.
Looking inside to Bell. In the corner.
Oh!
Trey St. Charles from the coffin corner extends the lead to 9-4. And Brentwood kind of on the ropes early.
Well, they have been in this spot before. They're just a patient team.
That one off the mark by Mason Redner, and again, Indy comes away with it, looking to extend this 5-point edge. Halfway mark of the first quarter. Leacher again hounded, and they'll get, I believe that is Jake Brock on the foul.
Well, Aaron Walton, we saw him come in last week, number 40. He had a pretty big role in that Brentwood win against Ravenwood.
So Walton and Joe Clifton, the junior, check in for the Bruins. Salitri from the corner, just in and out.
Oh, there he is again.
St. Charles again on the offensive glass, but unable to connect, and Brentwood will come away with it. Burke again, quickly up the floor, and a little out of control. They'll get him on the charge. Ball goes over. Everything going against the Bruins at the moment.
Nice job by Matt St. Charles right there, staying where he needed to be, drew the charge. Indy ball, now can they capitalize?
Leacher again, looking, probing, nice dribble. Takes a short 8-footer.
And the senior buries it.
Salitri with 4 points extends the lead to 7. And Brentwood a little bit in shock now. Oh, and they scream for a travel over there on the Indy bench, but not going to get it. Solid defense, and again the turnover. And here come the Eagles.
Walton, Walton with a great chase down.
Matt St. Charles unaware.
Oh, my word.
And that might have,
Is that not a walk?
thought
I'm
that
not
might
sure.
have been a travel. Carter Patton cleans up.
Well,
That Indy defense, Paul Brees.
Yeah, they have definitely found this secret here early on.
So the high elbow screen, kick back out to St. Charles for the three off the front iron. And here come the Bruins quickly. Fast pass, and the little fadeaway by Walton misses the mark. Ball goes over. Jake Brock, the sophomore guard, checks back in.
Well, they take Evan Drennan out of the game. Kind of the one stalwart that was doing something offensively for the Bruins.
Again, St. Charles, he'll drive the lane, kick it up with the left hand.
Oh.
Can't get the roll, but he'll head to the lane, or head to the line, rather.
John Windley on the foul. His first. The Eagles are going to have to capitalize.
St. Charles is senior.
Yeah.
No go on the first shot. Connor Rudolph, big number 31, he'll check into the game. He also the senior. As St. Charles will can the second free throw, so the lead extended 12-6. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first. And finds the baseline, or finds the travel. Forced into the travel is Brentwood, and the ball again goes over. Paul Brees, this Indy defense.
Yeah, absolutely. This scouted well by Indy coach Doug Keel. Tremendous job. It's not his first rodeo.
They switch inside. St. Charles again. Can he find that left hand? And he does. Matt St. Charles.
St. Charles muscles it in. And now quickly, Greg Shirley calls the troops of Windley and Drennan and Griffin Burke.
And Indy called for the foul as Jake Brock was driving the lane. I don't know if that was, I don't think it was a shooting foul. Inside, there's Windley, and unable to connect.
Uncharacteristic miss by Windley.
Inside again with the quick turnaround.
I think Bell thought he got fouled.
Bell can't find the mark. Quickly up the floor. In the corner, and that is Burke.
Yeah.
And Griffin Burke with his first three of the game. That stops the bleeding a little bit and brings the Bruins within 5. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Looking for St. Charles again.
I would think Bell would maybe be a good answer right here in the post, but
they're running that curl to the foul line.
I'd like to see Bell go right back and dive to the block.
St. Charles, he'll drive the lane and can't quite find it off the front iron, and Brentwood comes away with it. Nice drive by St. Charles. And again from the corner.
Wow, Windley.
A wild shot, and do they have time to launch? They do, and off the backboard. So at the end of one quarter, Paul Brees, Indy has come to play on their home floor. 14-9, your early score.
Well, I tell you what, you and I both talked. Indy's defense is creating some one possession opportunities or even turnovers for the Bruins. Greg Shirley for the Bruins just trying to find 5 guys right now. He's substituted, I think, maybe 4 different players right there to see if he can get a combination going. So far, none have worked, sitting on 9 points. But I tell you one thing right now, they felt each other out. They've got a flow going. Obviously, the Bruins, having played in a packed house last Friday, not so packed tonight. And you know, it may take you a quarter and a half, you know what I'm saying, to get the adrenaline flowing. You know, it's a long ride down here to Indy. Indy, on the other hand, you know, everything, we're going to hang it all out the window, and we're going to go for it. Here we go. Quarter number 2. But you talk about, you know, the girls' game we just finished up with. What was the final score? 60-62-39?
Something like that.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Lady Bruins could probably.
Not nearly enough.
Yeah, Lady Bruins could need to come out here and put a shooting clinic on for both teams.
Winley again.
Uncharacteristic misses by both.
Redner unable to connect, and Indy again limiting Brentwood's chances. One and done.
Yeah, I think right here we got an isolation with Bell. See what could happen. There he is.
The drive, Bell wide open.
There he
decided
is.
to drive. Cameron Bell kisses it off the glass for 2.
Sophomore. How about that?
Winley again finding the lane. They're shutting him down as John Winley. Not much tonight. Brock from downtown.
Tremendous,
again,
tremendous team box out right there, Michael Williams.
Combination of cold shooting and tight Indy defense.
Oh, we should have gone right.
Nice little teardrop is Noah Crook.
Noah Crook, the senior, building the momentum.
And the Eagles have doubled up the Bruins here, 18-9. 6:30 to go here in the second. These Eagles a little,
they just won't.
A little shocked at the moment.
Oh,
or
man.
the Bruins rather, a little shocked rather.
And absolutely, Greg Shirley is not happy. I think he wants the ball to go into the post and Evan Drennan a lot more. It's going to create a lot more easy opportunities on the outside. But I think the defensive end is where the Bruins are lacking, as Indy has done a tremendous job. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, the Eagles on the offensive end have done a tremendous job getting some nice looks.
So Drennan, perfect from the line tonight, 4 for 4.
So now Brentwood's going to amp it up a little bit here defensively.
Here come the Bruins on the full court. Salitri out of the game at the moment. I think he would do well against something like this. Good ball handler. Crook has it taken away from him, and now the Bruins. Can they find a little life offensively?
Let's see if they can find Drennan a touch. Here he is.
Sure did.
Oh, wow.
And they'll get him on the shove. You saw that way up here. I think that was
31.
Connor Rudolph who shoved Drennan. So,
says, man, coach, they give me 5. It only counted. Only got 1 right there. How about that?
So Brentwood now, they can eat into this 7-point deficit. Redner finds the baseline. Brock again, unable to hit the 3. And Indy with the 1 and done yet again. No second chance opportunities for the Bruins. That's huge in high school basketball.
Absolutely.
Rudolph again. Drives to the block. Unable to connect, but Indy comes away with it. St. Charles.
Felt maybe he got a block.
And again fought for. Don't know exactly who the foul is on this time. So Burke for Brentwood will pick up the foul. Got to get it in. Brentwood backs away into what looks like a 2-1-2. Inside to St. Charles, finds that left side.
Oh.
And Matt St. Charles with his 7th point of the night extends the lead to 9, 20-11.
Nice job by Coach Kyle to recognize that Brentwood had gone to zone and got St. Charles a look.
Ah, and the drive shut down as St. Charles may have gotten away with a foul, but nevertheless limits the scoring opportunity. Redner again, hounded. Ball is turned over quickly up the floor, and they blow the fast break opportunity. Does Indy. Step through and bounce pass right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They, as I always say, it's still legal.
Downtown, Redner misses everything.
Wow.
And the Indy student section will let him hear about that. Just over halfway done with the second quarter.
And I think Brentwood and Greg Shirley, again, bringing in fresh bodies just to see if they could get any kind of spark from any of them.
They switch the bigs. Here's Rudolph from 8 feet off the front
Oh,
iron.
they're going to get St. Charles. Over the back. Interesting now, Jake Brock. Well, I thought he was going to play point guard, but Winley's going to do it. He can do pretty much anything. 1 through 5, he can play every position.
'54 is Davis White. We haven't seen him yet tonight, but he's getting a look. A foul down low on Indy, and that was Salitri on the foul. In the corner, and the Bruins throw it away. Indy defense, again, rising to the challenge. And now they've got an opportunity to go ahead by double digits. St. Charles down on the low block. The up and under, and they'll call him for steps. I like that. Did you see St. Charles down there directing his point guard right there to pitch it to the corner so they could feed it inside?
Yeah. Well, with Drennan out of the game, I would think that maybe Cameron Bell for Indy would make an appearance. Have a little mismatch going.
Bruins now again. Indy forces the turnover. Couldn't quite see what the call was thanks to the student section right there, but I think I'm pretty safe in saying that Indy defense once again.
Yeah.
And again, the Eagles with an opportunity to go up by double digits as we tick close to 2 minutes to go. This is Salitri off the front iron, but St. Charles able to come away with the offensive glass and get rid of it before he hit the floor.
Absolutely, very headsy play.
And they will call travel every time in high school basketball when you hit the floor. Salitri again, finding the left side, picks up his dribble. St. Charles,
Oh,
the
my.
fake,
Nice block.
and has it rejected, and here comes the Bruins. 54, that is Davis White, and knocks down the three to close the gap to 6, 20 to 14, 1:30 to go here in the first half. And that's the kind of thing that can get Brentwood back into it. Again, St. Charles will drive to that low block and forces up the shot, unable to get it as Windley was
Tremendous.
all over
Yeah.
him.
And
Good
you know, right
defense.
here, Michael Williamson, they can cut it to 3.
Windley, he'll drive the lane. Brock will take it off the front iron.
Walton.
And Aaron Walton, he'll head to the line for 2. Under a minute to go here in the first. Connor Rudolph on the foul. Here's Walton, the sophomore. There you take a look at the 6'2" sophomore. And can't connect on the second. And Indy now with 50 seconds remaining. Can they extend this 5-point edge? Crook again to the top.
Better get rid of it.
Crook again, Carter Patton all over him. And again, Rudolph in trouble. May have gotten away with a foul right there. Rudolph again up and under.
Oh, my.
And big Connor Rudolph with his first bucket of the night extends the lead to 7. And a quick steal by
2 seconds.
Trey St. Charles. Inside
no.
may have gotten a little greedy on the pass. But the Eagles of Independence at 8-9 overall with a 7-point edge as they head into halftime. See you on the other side as Indy will take the 22-15 lead. You're watching the WCTV Game of the Week. Back at Independence High School for second half action between Independence and the visiting Brentwood Bruins. Indy on top 22-15, surprising these 12-4 Bruins in the undefeated record in the district of 6-0. Launching from three is Noah Crook, unable to come away with it, and Drennan, he'll draw the quick foul.
Well, Michael Williams, one thing the Eagles cannot do is lose the momentum. Do not have cheap fouls 94 feet away from the basket, and do not get the Bruins in the bonus too early, because free points are easy points for the Bruins. If you're a Bruin, you want to go to the post and Drennan go a little inside-out game.
And unable to connect on the three is Griffin Burke. And again, Indy limiting Brentwood to one and done as Salitri comes down and he's able to draw the foul. But they'll call it a non-shooting foul. And Indy takes it out under their own bucket. Coach Greg Shirley with a quick substitution as Zach Milton checks into the game.
Now a zone look by the Bruins.
Indy with a 14-point first quarter and then a 7-point second quarter. They've limited Brentwood. They've tightened up defensively. And the Bruins, save for a few three-point shots, have been limited. It's Crook again.
Whoa!
Noah Crook.
Well, they went from, yeah, absolutely. Went from zone. Greg Shirley pulled him out to a man, and Crook attacked and got the floater to go.
So the Eagles extend the lead back up to 9. Don't think they ever got above double digits in the first half.
No.
Winley again, the step through and the blocking foul. And those are his first 2 points of the night, and it'll go, couldn't have come at a better time, and he's got the old-fashioned three-point opportunity here. Winley, the 6'3" junior, I think it's safe to say he probably leads Brentwood in scoring.
Yeah.
He's a dead-eye shooter, but those are his, I've got him as those being his first points of the night.
Yeah, absolutely right, Michael Williams. Winley finally sidestepped the defender, and Trey St. Charles just couldn't get there in time, and the deadly shooter comic
Got him.
got him, yeah.
So unable to connect. Salitri puts on the brakes at the foul line. A young backcourt here for Indy, save Salitri, who is the senior. The other two, I believe, are sophomores. And a ill-advised pass, but St. Charles able to come away with it. And unable to capitalize, and Brentwood will come back away with it. Brock again picks up his dribble.
Yeah, looking for Drennan in the post. They couldn't find him.
They've got a couple of bodies down there on him. Evan Drennan, the 6'3" senior for Brentwood. Winley, he'll drive. Again, Paul Brees, this Indy defense, mighty tight.
Well, and it absolutely helps that the referees are not calling it tight. They're letting them push and do a little banging in there, and that favors Indy.
Here's Drennan again, and can't quite connect, and they'll.
Well, I was going to say no foul right there. I was shocked, so late whistle.
So Drennan heads to the line. That's where the majority, he's got 6 points, 4 of which have come from the foul line tonight.
Yeah, and again, I can't not reiterate the point that Indy has to stop fouling. They really worked hard on defense, but, man, when you get the clock to stop, and you give Brentwood a chance to shoot free throws. They've struggled mightily in half-court sets. And just to give them a free shot at it, just not great. So
Drennan again, he didn't have such a great night last Friday night from the line, but tonight is 6 of 6. He's got 8 points. And here comes Indy trying to add to this 5-point edge. Salitri drives to the baseline. Why not? Rishi Salitri. Just about turning it over are the Bruins. And here's Drennan again. He'll drive and pick up the foul on Rudolph.
That one was kind of questionable, but I tell you what, they're only 3 more away from the bonus, and there's only halfway through the third quarter.
This is Bill Raftery would say, a little nickel dimer there. And again, that one will send Drennan to the line.
I mean, this is feeding right into a Brentwood comeback right here.
Goodness gracious.
How about that?
Connor Rudolph.
Fouled out.
The senior has fouled out with 4:02 to go in the third quarter. So Evan Drennan again. Can he stay perfect from the line? So far, so good.
Man, he headed to practice this week and says, I'm going to work on some free throw shooting. And this guy's paid off.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think out of the 7 of those free throws, 6 of them are pretty clean. I mean, bottom of the net.
That last one, the net didn't even move. So here's Brentwood again. They feel something here. They got down by 5. They're going to put a little full court pressure on. Crook now being hounded by Burke. Salitri, the quick crossover. Drives inside over to St. Charles and can't quite convert.
Wow, tremendous job by Salitri. Broke him down. St. Charles, the benefactor right there.
So Trey St. Charles done a lot of work tonight. Misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. And he'll knock down the second one. Lead back up now to 6, 3:45 to go here in the third.
If I was Brentwood, I would continue to attack the basket, see if I can get a foul.
Looking inside for Drennan, just can't quite make it. And again, nicely done is Aaron Walton.
Walton, simple. Now Brentwood has really dialed up that defense right here.
Salitri again finds a little daylight in the lane, and he'll pick up the foul.
Well, I just talked about the refs letting them play. All of a sudden, they become whistleblowers.
Robert Anderson will check back in. Jake Brock will have a seat. Got to get this in.
Yep.
It hit the back of the backboard on the inbound, so that'll be a turnover. Bruins only down by 4 now. Been down by as many as 9 in this game.
Yep.
3:13 to go here in the third.
Well,
and John Windley, he's somebody that needs to get on track here.
Oh, my. Got it in the post.
Inside and can't connect on the short turnaround, and the ball will stay Brentwood's way.
Great set piece right there. Drennan just couldn't finish, but you can feel the momentum kind of turning right here. offensively, the Bruins playing a little more confidence.
Thought they might have that back cut right there.
Yeah.
But Anderson didn't pull the trigger on the
Uh-oh.
Windley. We said number 10, whenever he's in the gym, he's open. Brentwood showing a great deal of patience here. Down by 4, 2:30 in the third. Inside, Drennan, the short jump shot, and he'll get his own rebound. Gets it again, and now we'll have a foul on Independence. Not quite sure how that's not a shooting foul, if that's on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Greg Shirley's asking the same question.
Windley, they have really managed to shut him down tonight.
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Drennan inside, down on the low block, kicks it back out. Don't know that he's a threat out there, but Windley, he'll drive and draw the foul.
So now, a totally different game right now, Michael Williams. Brentwood has now entered the bonus, and you can guarantee for a fact that Greg Shirley knows that, and he's going to take advantage of that.
Windley now unable to connect on his first free throw, but you don't see that happening often as he's able to knock down the front end of the two-shot foul. And he nails them both.
Yeah, so a 2-point game here.
So now the Bruins have been able to climb back into this one. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Salitri now. Big jump stop and has it knocked away, but he does draw the foul. I like that strategy. Rishi Salitri, the senior, with some fantastic ball handling skills, gets into the lane, is able to kick, either draw the foul or finish with a short jump shot. So he knocks down the front end of the two-shot foul. Salitri makes them both. Lead back up to 4, 29-25.
Here comes some token pressure, it looks like.
Extending that defense is Indy. And a steal by Salitri on the intercept on the pass. And got a little carried away with this crossover as Brock was able to reach in and steal it, but Indy able to come away with it. Three-pointer on the way is no good. And Brentwood, Aaron Walton on the defensive rebound, steps on the end line. And Indy will maintain possession, 1:15 to go here in the third.
Salitri, I like the way he plays, but sometimes you got to slow down a little bit. Every possession counts when you got the lead by 4 against the #1 team in the district.
He'll bring it back down, does Salitri. Looks over to his coach, Doug Keel.
All right, he's going to try to break him down.
And again, on the quick crossovers, and they'll get him on the travel. Is that what they did?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I didn't see the twirling fists right there, but thought he may have shuffled his feet. Under a minute to go here in the third. Drennan needs to get back down on his block there.
Yep, he's feeling it right now. Here we go.
He fights for it again, and Windley from deep.
Got it.
John Windley, you knew that was going to, he couldn't be silent all night from behind the arc. It cuts the Indy lead to 1, 29-28, 20 seconds Indy looking to hold for the last shot here. Crook again.
Oh,
Looking inside to St. Charles and knocked away. Here come the Bruins. 3 seconds. Do we have a shot? And there's the buzzer. So Indy with a quick, or Brentwood rather, with a quick steal there at the end of the quarter. Couldn't quite take control, but they do climb back within a point.
well, Coach Doug Keel, his team, 8-9 on the season. They've got to find ways to win close games, and that's what he's probably preaching right now. On the other hand, Brentwood, been there, done that. And now with them in the bonus, it's a, even though they're down by 1, you still think in your mind that you're confident enough that you feel like maybe you're up by 5 or 6 right now.
So Indy with only a 7-point third quarter. Meanwhile, the Bruins with a 13-point third quarter. Able to climb back in to within 1 of Indy. 29-28, your score as we head into the final lap. Big Evan Drennan, number 42, been perfect from the line tonight. 8 of 8. That has been huge.
Huge. Huge is right. Ooh.
Just.
Yep, right back to him.
Burke maybe a little far away, but inside, nicely done. And cannot connect as Aaron Walton. Must have surprised him that he was so open.
Yeah. Oh, that's sticking Aaron Walton's head for the next possession. That's we're about to find out. But man,
here's the man. Salitri been able to break down defenses tonight. Kicks it to the corner.
Oh,
St. Charles, and they'll get him. Or on the block is, or not on the block, but picks up the charge is Aaron Walton again.
St. Charles coming up a little
hobbly there.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to make it, Coach. You know what? If they don't take him out, I would definitely go right at him. I mean, I would go right at him.
It looks like he may have banged his knee on the floor.
He can't keep up with him. Brentwood's got to recognize it.
Inside to Drennan, and maybe a little fancy with the dribbling. Likely should have taken it straight up right there. Found himself a little open, and maybe
now you got Matt St. Charles going to John
inside.
Windley.
There it goes, and Drennan again.
And Walton, oh my, young fella.
But he draws the foul. Does Aaron Walton. Will head to the line for 2. He can give the Bruins the lead right here.
Yeah.
He's 1 of 2 from the line tonight as Aaron Walton, the 6'2" sophomore.
There
His
it is.
first one will tie it up.
The referee went over to Matt St. Charles right there, number 1, and asked him if he was okay. He's still grimacing from that shot down on the other end.
Walton will give the Bruins the lead, 30-29. 1 minute gone here in the fourth, and now Indy has to play catch up. Crook again.
A lot of dribbling.
To the elbow.
A lot of dribbling, Michael Williams.
Salitri from downtown. Harishi Salitri with the 3. And the Eagles back on top by 2, 32-30. Windley again, don't leave him open.
Windley can drive on St. Charles right now.
Inside to Drennan, they'll cover him up, but Drennan able to dribble out of traffic and can't connect. Fought for by Walton, keeps it alive, and that was a foul.
Oh, what a pass, Jake Brock.
Nicely done. Jake Brock able to feed that one to his buddy Aaron Walton, and we have a tie ball game again, Paul Brees. 32-32, just like last Friday night.
Absolutely. WCTV always bringing out the best.
Salitri again. It turns it over. Windley again. Takes the short one, has it knocked away, and the Indy Eagles come away with it. And
yeah, Coach Keel says, give me a timeout. I've seen
Coach
enough
Doug
of this.
Keel calls for a breather at 5:39. They'll take a 30-second timeout, I believe. What are you telling your troops right now, Paul?
Absolutely. You're thinking, okay, Indy Eagles, hey, take care of the basketball. No crazy turnovers, no crazy shots. Man, if you're Brentwood, you just say, feed the post, feed the post, feed the post. Evan Drennan, Walton, get ready on the backside just in case. Hey, and if you're the guard that throws it in, go ahead and relocate out just in case we want to throw it back out. But Evan Drennan, I mean, he's telling his players, hey, jump on my back. I'm going to take you right here. And this is a typical Brentwood game. This is a team that is not going to run you up and down the floor and score 65. They love games in the 40s.
They know how to grind, these Bruins.
Yeah, if you want to see scoring, go to the girls' game at Brentwood. They will score. Oh,
Crook from downtown and in and out. St. Charles with the board. Can't connect. We've seen that so many times tonight as neither team able to finish from down low.
Love to see Walton give Drennan a cross screen right there.
There he sets up on the block, does Walton.
It was a good screen by Windley.
Now Windley will set up on the block, and
yeah,
Coach Shirley will call the timeout.
And I think that's a good move. I think Windley taking St. Charles into the post is not a bad option right there. When obviously Drennan has had a pretty good night at the free throw line, but if you get John Windley to the line as well, you feel like that's an automatic too. I mean, what did we talk about? You said at the end of the first quarter it was 14-9 Indy. Felt like there was a flow to the game, and then all of a sudden, second quarter comes out. What'd they score? 6 and 5 for both teams? I mean, it was a ridiculous slow scoring. They picked it up a little bit in the third as they kind of made some halftime adjustments. And now in the fourth, it has been just a stalwart of defense. Oh, this is a great move. Salitri got mismatched with Windley.
Nicely done inside to Walton, and able to kiss it off the glass is Aaron Walton.
Is Aaron Walton going to be the X factor that puts this thing away?
So far he is. Gives Brentwood the 34-32 lead, 4:30 to go in the ball game. Crook again way out, asks for the screen up high, takes it in. Here's St. Charles from downtown off the front iron.
You know, I got to believe that St. Charles is not 100%. I mean, he was the last guy on offense to get down the floor. And being short on that shot just tells me he doesn't have his legs under him.
Inside to Drennan and nothing doing. And again, these post players unable to connect from down low on both squads, not just Brentwood. Salitri again, down by 2. Inside now.
Bell.
And again, unable to connect is Cameron Bell. And ball goes over to Brentwood's way. Walton will come out now for the Bruins.
Wow, that's a big sub. I think Walton was giving the Bruins a spark offensively, and he matches up pretty well with the big bodies of Independence.
Windley thought about it, still thinking about it, nearly lost it. And Brock again from the corner.
Finally.
Jake Brock.
The lid has come off.
With his first 3 of the night, extends the lead to 5. Indy just about turned it over again.
Indy's got to get a basket here to stop
Crook
that bleeding.
in the lane. Crook will take it downtown and off the front of the rim. And here comes Brentwood again. Under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, now they're settling in. You know, when they have the bonus, next time they foul, they got 2 free shots at it. They don't have to worry about the 1-on-1 situation.
And there it is.
Oh.
Well, we'll get Jake Brock. Knocks down the Brentwood man. Knocks down the Indy man, rather. Then Walton will check back in. And the Eagles will take a timeout. 2:41 remaining in the ball game. Brentwood has climbed back in this one to take the lead, 37-32.
Well, I mean, being down 2 possessions, the Eagles got to get a basket. Not going to get a free throw shot out of that foul since it's player control, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of defense Brentwood comes out at. Their man-to-man defense here in the second half has been unbelievable, and they have. And you know what? As much as we talk about second and third chance, we have seen one chance by both teams, and maybe that's the reason why we're stuck at 37-32. Both teams tremendous defense, but again, Brentwood 6-0. But they're scrapping every night to get that 6-0. And they just know how to win, ugly or not.
Still counts.
It still counts.
Indy now with an opportunity to cut into this 5-point edge. They only had a 3-point fourth quarter.
Well, just as I talked about their man-to-man, they went zone. Brentwood here.
Inside, here's Salitri. Thought he might squeeze the trigger right there. Drives the lane instead, and he'll kick it.
They didn't want it.
Now he wants it. Still.
You got to stop dribbling. Got to reverse the ball.
You need a bucket here, Indy. 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
There we go. Keep working it around. You're going to hit the high post here. You got to look for St. Charles. Number 1 sitting right at the free throw line. They're letting him. They're going to let him catch it.
Thinking this Brentwood zone is just baiting Indy into a long shot.
Absolutely.
So Jake Brock, who hit the huge three-pointer
a
few minutes ago, he checks back in. And again, that 2-3.
See, there's the mid-post
Daring
touch
to
you
shoot
got to
it.
have.
Salitri off the front iron. But Indy able to come away with the offensive glass.
No.
Salitri again unable to connect. And this time it's Winley who comes away with the board. And quickly up the floor, and there's a foul on Trey St. Charles, who reaches in.
Griffin Burke going to get 2 shots at it.
So as Paul said, Brentwood in the bonus now. Take a breather with 90 seconds to go here as Burke heads to the line. His first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Yeah. Well, Griffin Burke is a shooter. And free throws, I'm sure he's it's just the norm for him. Well, there we go.
So 1 of 2 from the line. Can Indy climb back in this one? Down by 6 now, 38-32. 1:20 remaining. Inside to St. Charles. Kicks to the corner. Got it! Trey St. Charles with a 3. Cuts the lead to 3. (38-35). 1:14 remaining.
Amazing.
This is a 1-minute timeout. I can tell that because of this beautiful scoreboard here at Independence.
you know, occasionally I keep looking at the old scoreboard just because that's a natural habit that we, you know, you come to incur. But yeah, this is a.
They've got the smart board for us up here. We don't have to think at all.
Makes us look really smart.
I think a lot of folks accuse me of not doing that anyway.
Well, it's interesting to see, you know, with the Tennessee Titans playing this weekend, you know, both teams always seem to have a theme, you know, with the crowd. Both teams came out with tighten up.
Tighten up, that's right.
Everybody's bringing their Titan gear. And, in fact, I think you told me on social media that the Franklin Rebels actually warmed up in Titan jerseys. Is that correct?
That is correct. Windley now quickly up the floor.
No, there's no way. This is where a team that's 6-0 is at their best.
So extending the D is Independence. You see that Indy crowd on its feet.
Who is Indy going to foul?
Under a minute to go now.
If I were you guys, I would foul Jake Brock.
Didn't want to foul him.
No, not that gentleman.
So Salitri sends John Windley to the line. Windley is 2 of 3 tonight. Sets, fires, and knocks down the first of 2.
And that is a huge make. That gives it a 2-possession game.
And the third, or the second one rather.
So a timeout by Brentwood, 40-35, 50.5 seconds remaining. And I'm sure that Greg Shirley, I mean, we talked about him playing man-to-man. Then they went to zone, gave up the 3. I would think that Greg Shirley and the Bruins put a little pressure, just a token pressure, and just to try to get Independence out of their rhythm.
Well, you know how much I love good foul shooting, Paul, and Brentwood has brought their, dare I say, A game tonight to the foul line. They're 16 of 19 from the line. Evan Drennan with 8 of those, but only 3 misses from the line tonight.
Yeah, and that seems to have been the difference when Brentwood got in the bonus, you know, late in the third quarter. I felt like Brentwood had the advantage as a pretty predominant, good shooting team.
So a 2-possession game, 50 seconds remaining. Crook now hounded. He picked up his dribble and nearly threw it away. Thought we may have had the foul there, but we finally do pick up the foul. As Cameron Bell will head to the line. I thought Bell may have gotten away with a travel. Bell back to the line now. His first trip to the foul line tonight. 41 seconds remaining. Looking to cut into this 5-point deficit off the front iron.
You know, and again, I go back to the inbounds. You know, Brentwood just let Independence roll the ball up. You know, get that clock running. You're playing against the clock now. It's like Derrick Henry with a 7-point lead. Give him a ball.
Bell connects on the second, and now Indy extends the defense to full court.
Get out of there.
Got to get it up the floor. Yep. Can they get a 10-second call?
Nah.
Quickly up, and Windley again. Now they'll have to foul him. 30 seconds remaining. Windley will head to the line where he's 4 of 5 tonight.
Bruins knew exactly, who to get that ball to, and Windley, heady player, he knew, I'm going to hang on to this and let him foul me.
Windley, nice and smooth on his first shot. Extends the lead to 5, 41-36. Got to think if he hits this one, it might be lights out for the Eagles.
Yeah, this is going to be a more than 2 possession. Well,
he misses it.
What are we doing? What are we doing up here?
So still a two-possession game. Crook now over to Salitri. Got a launch and has it taken away. Mason Redner with the steal at the 19-second mark. And he's quickly fouled, so Mason Redner, the 6'1" junior, heads to the line for his first opportunity tonight. Makes the best of it. So the lead up to 6 now, 42-36.
Oh, my.
Doesn't get the roll on the second one.
That's probably not a bad thing. Gets the clock moving.
Salitri from the top of the key, off the front iron, can't quite connect. And finally, Brentwood comes away with it as Drennan, with 4.5 to go. Drennan, perfect from the line tonight, will try to put the proverbial nail in the coffin.
Yeah, absolutely. And tremendous win. Anytime you could go on the road in district and pick up a win. Greg Shirley, you know, is he going to be pleased? Hey, a win's a win against any team. And but I think that Coach Keel and Independence, they've got to go back to the drawing board and you almost stole one right here.
Evan Drennan, the 6'3" senior, is perfect from the line tonight. He has 12 points, 10 of which have come from the stripe, and that will do it. The Bruins come into Indy and take away a grinded-out kind of game. 44-36 is your final. The Bruins stay perfect in the district and extend their overall record to 13-4. Join us next week for the WCTV game of the week. So glad to have you with us, and everybody have a nice, enjoyable, long weekend. We'll see you next Friday night.